Module Inheritance. Basic terms should be known before comprehending complex laws of inheritance or Mendelian laws. What is gene? Gene is basic hereditary material, or gene is the part of chromosome. What is allele? Alleles are the partners of gene pair located on the same loci of a chromosome. What is locus? Locus is the location of the gene on the chromosome. So you can see that these two are located on the same locus and they are the alleles. Now, what is genotype? Genotype is the genetic complement. And what is phenotype? Phenotype is the appearance of that genetic complement. This RY you can see is the genotype, and this, the appearance of the genotype, the round and or yellow, is the phenotype. Now let us look at the inheritance of single trait and the Mendelian laws. Mendel worked on the PMC and the inheritance of single trait or the monohybrid cross. You can see that the capital T and the small t, these two are the alleles. These two small t are also alleles of a gene. Mendel's first law states that the alleles segregate or separate and each go into one gamete. So these alleles will separate and each offspring will receive one of these alleles. The other cross is the dihybrid cross, in which two traits are studied. The Mendel's law, second law, or Mendel's law of independent assortment, which states that the alleles of two or more genes assort independently of other allele. You can see that these RY, the capital RY and this capital R and the small y, this capital R or small y cannot determine whom this capital RY combines with. So it is independent of the other alleles. Now, what is multiple alleles? Genes having more than two forms are called multiple alleles. For example, blood groups. Now, let us look at the dominant relations or the relations which are formed when there are alleles. The first one is the codominance, in which both the alleles are expressed in heterozygote condition, like the blood groups, or the incomplete dominance, in which both the alleles are not expressed fully but half. So the offspring will be a blend of both the parents. The third one is the complete dominance. An incomplete dominance, one allele masks the effect of the other allele. The allele which is masked is called the recessive allele. The other allele which is dominant is called the dominant allele. This capital R is the dominant allele and this small r is the recessive allele. Now, what is gene linkage? Gene linkage is the pairing of genes or the closeness of genes on chromosome, and the crossing over is the exchange of segments, chromosomal segments during meiosis of cell cycle. You can see here represented by the red lines. The more these genes are closely related, the less likely will be the chance of crossing over, which would result in the less chance of mutation and the less chance of evolution. Now, what is sex linkage? Sex linkage is when the genes of a trait are located on sex chromosomes instead of the autosomes, like the X-linked recessive hemophilia, or the eye color of Drosophila, which is located on the sex chromosome and X chromosome. These are some tricks to solve the numericals of genetics. Now, the last topic of this video is the hemophilia, which is the X-linked recessive sex-linked trait. Hemophilia has three types. Hemophilia is basically a blood clotting disorder in which the factors of blood clot are missing. It is divided into three types based on the factor which is missing. So hemophilia A is the type of hemophilia in which the factor 8 is missing, and hemophilia B is the type in which the factor 9 is missing, and hemophilia C is the type in which the factor 11 is missing.